Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into a topic that impacts nearly every household in Australia: bread. Whether you're a toast lover, a sandwich enthusiast, or just someone who grabs a quick slice on the go, bread is a staple that finds its way into our meals every single day. But what if I told you that the bread you trust could be quietly harming your health? Most of us never question what's inside that loaf we toss into our trolley. But today, we're exposing the hidden dangers lurking in a staple of every Aussie pantry: bread. It might look innocent, but there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. Traditionally, bread is made from just 4 ingredients: flour, water, yeast, and salt. This classic recipe has nourished people for centuries, providing a wholesome, simple food you could easily make at home. But the bread on supermarket shelves today is a far cry from this ancient staple. Take a closer look at the ingredient list on most packaged breads, and you'll find a cocktail of chemicals, emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, and even artificial colors. Many of these additives, like calcium propionate, E282, and potassium bromate, are used to extend shelf life and improve texture. But here's the catch. Some of these substances are banned or strictly regulated in other countries due to potential health risks. For example, did you know that some loaves have more sugar per slice than a Tim Tam? That's right, the treat you consider a dessert might actually be healthier, sugar-wise, than your morning toast. Excess sugar in bread can contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and even increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. But it's not just about sugar. Many breads contain hidden sources of salt, which can quietly push your daily sodium intake over the recommended limit. According to the Heart Foundation, high sodium consumption is linked to increased blood pressure and a greater risk of heart disease and stroke. For families who eat bread at breakfast, lunch, and sometimes even dinner, these risks add up fast, especially for children whose developing bodies are more sensitive to excess salt and additives. So, how exactly can these ingredients make you sick? Let's break it down. Preservatives like calcium propionate have been linked in some studies to headaches, migraines, and even behavioral changes in children. Emulsifiers, such as mono and diglycerides, have been shown in animal studies to disrupt gut bacteria and promote inflammation, which is a risk factor for chronic diseases like obesity and diabetes. According to Dr. Joanna McMillan, a leading Australian nutritionist, many commercial breads are ultra-processed foods. They may look healthy on the outside, but inside, they're packed with ingredients that can undermine your health over time. She warns that these additives can trigger sensitivities, digestive issues, and even contribute to the rise in food intolerances we're seeing today. For people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, the risks are even higher. Cross-contamination and hidden gluten in some breads can cause severe digestive distress, fatigue, and long-term damage to the gut lining. Even for those without diagnosed conditions, the cumulative effect of eating highly processed bread can lead to sluggishness, bloating, and a weakened immune system. The good news? You don't have to give up bread altogether. By learning to read labels, understanding what those mysterious ingredients actually mean, and choosing breads with fewer, simpler ingredients, you can protect your health and your family's well-being. Ready to find out which brands to avoid and how to make smarter choices? Let's get started and uncover the secrets hiding in your daily loaf. First up, Mighty Soft, a childhood favorite, especially for kids' lunches. But is it really the best choice for growing bodies? Let's take a closer look at what's actually inside that soft, squishy loaf. Flip the pack, and you'll find a highly processed product, not real bread. The ingredient list is long and full of things you wouldn't find in a traditional bakery loaf, like added sugars, vegetable oils, and chemical emulsifiers. Each slice has over 4 grams of sugar, more than a teaspoon. That's a lot, especially when you consider that the World Health Organization recommends children limit their added sugar intake to less than 25 grams per day. Just 2 slices at breakfast and lunch can easily push them over that limit. That's more sugar than some chocolate bars, sending kids energy and focus on a roller coaster. High sugar intake can lead to rapid spikes and crashes in blood glucose, making it harder for kids to concentrate in class and leaving them feeling tired or irritable. It's also packed with vegetable oils and chemical emulsifiers for that weirdly soft memory foam texture. These additives are used to extend shelf life and improve texture, but they offer no nutritional benefit. And some studies suggest that regular consumption of ultra-processed foods can increase the risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and even behavioral issues in children. All the goodness, fiber, nutrients has been stripped away. Unlike whole grain breads, these processed loaves are low in fiber, which is essential for healthy digestion and keeping kids feeling full. They're also missing key vitamins and minerals like iron, magnesium, and B vitamins that are crucial for growth and development. For nearly $4, you're buying bread-like cake that does your kids no favors. It's a high price for a product that's low in real nutrition and high in empty calories. Mighty soft. It's a hard no. Many parents have shared stories of their kids feeling more energetic and focused after switching to whole grain or less processed breads. When it comes to your child's health, it's worth reading the label and choosing a loaf that truly nourishes. Lawson's traditional white might look like a throwback to simpler times, but appearances can be deceiving. The word traditional evokes images of bakers in flour-dusted aprons, kneading dough by hand, and loaves cooling on wooden racks. But the reality behind most supermarket bread is far from this romantic ideal. Historically, bread was made with just a handful of ingredients: flour, water, salt, and sometimes yeast. Today, the traditional label often hides a loaf with up to 18 ingredients: emulsifiers, enzymes, preservatives, and multiple forms of sugar. These additives are designed to extend shelf life, improve texture, and make the bread look and feel more appealing, but they come at a cost to your health. Just 2 slices of this bread contain nearly a quarter of your daily recommended salt intake. Excess sodium is a hidden danger in many processed foods, and bread is a major contributor to Australian salt consumption. The soft, uniform texture is a giveaway. This is factory bread, not the hearty, uneven crumb of homemade loaves. According to food historians, the industrialization of bread in the 20th century prioritized efficiency and shelf life over nutrition and flavor. What we now call traditional is often a product of clever marketing, not genuine heritage. Modern white bread digests rapidly, causing a spike in blood sugar and leaving you hungry soon after. Dietitians warn that these quick-digesting carbs can contribute to energy crashes and cravings, making it harder to maintain a balanced diet. Despite the high price, often over $4 a loaf, you're mostly paying for branding and convenience, not nutrition. Marketing experts reveal that nostalgic packaging and buzzwords like traditional are designed to trigger trust and familiarity, even when the product is far from its roots. Don't be swayed by old-fashioned packaging or comforting names. Focus groups show that many shoppers are surprised when they learn what's actually inside these loaves. In truth, this is a modern engineered product, best left on the shelf. Next time you shop, look past the marketing and check the ingredients. Don't fall for the trap. Real bread is simple, honest, and nourishing. The smell of freshly baked bread at places like Baker's Delight is undeniably tempting. But does fresh always mean better for your health, or even better quality? In the bread industry, fresh often refers to bread baked on the same day, but that doesn't guarantee it's free from additives or preservatives. Many franchise bakeries, including popular chains, rely on pre-mixed flour blends. These mixes often contain additives, dough conditioners, and preservatives designed to extend shelf life and maintain a consistent product, even if the bread is technically freshly baked each day. Some of these additives, like azodicarbonamide, nicknamed the yoga mat chemical, are banned in Europe due to health concerns, but still used in Australia. Other preservatives, such as calcium propionate and sorbic acid, are common in both supermarket and bakery breads to prevent mold and staling. Even fresh bread can contain surprising amounts of sugar, sometimes up to 3 grams per slice. And when you compare ingredient lists, you'll often find that bakery bread isn't much different from supermarket loaves in terms of additives and sweeteners. Despite this, you're often paying a premium for bakery bread, assuming it's healthier or more natural. In reality, the higher price doesn't always reflect better nutrition or fewer chemicals. The truth is, fresh can be misleading. Bread that stays soft for days may owe its shelf life to preservatives, not just baking skill. Don't assume that just because it's warm from the oven, it's automatically a healthier choice. If you want genuinely wholesome bread, look for true sourdough or whole grain loaves. These are often made with minimal ingredients, just flour, water, salt, and natural starter. And don't rely on artificial preservatives for shelf life. Always ask what's in your bread. Understanding the ingredients and how your bread is made is the best way to ensure you're getting real freshness without the hidden chemicals. Buttercup white sandwich loaf is one of the cheapest breads you'll find, but its low price comes at a hidden cost. While it might look soft and fresh for weeks, that's not a sign of quality. It's a warning sign. Most supermarket white breads like this are made from highly processed, enriched flour that's been stripped of natural nutrients and fiber. To make up for the bland taste and texture, manufacturers add sugar, vegetable oils, and a cocktail of additives. But the real secret to its immortality is the heavy use of preservatives. Preservatives like calcium propionate, sodium benzoate, and sorbic acid are added to prevent mold and bacterial growth. These chemicals disrupt the natural process of spoilage, allowing bread to sit on shelves for weeks without changing appearance. In contrast, real bread made with just flour, water, yeast, and salt will start to go stale or moldy within days. While these additives make bread more convenient for supermarkets and consumers, they come with potential health risks. Some studies suggest that regular consumption of preservatives like calcium propionate may be linked to digestive issues, headaches, and even behavioral changes in sensitive individuals. Plus, the lack of fiber and nutrients in these breads means they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave you hungry and craving more. For people with diabetes or anyone trying to maintain steady energy and good health, these breads are especially risky. The combination of high glycemic index and chemical additives can make managing blood sugar and overall well-being much harder. So while you might save a few dollars at the checkout, you could be paying with your health in the long run. The next time you see a loaf that seems to last forever, remember, real bread is meant to be enjoyed fresh, not preserved for eternity. Don't be tempted by the price or the promise of a long shelf life. Choose breads with simple, natural ingredients and leave the immortal loaves on the shelf where they belong. When you walk down the bread aisle, it's easy to be drawn to loaves like Abbott's Village Bakery wholemeal bread. The packaging is rustic, the branding is earthy and wholesome, and the word wholemeal is front and center. It's designed to make you feel like you're making a smart, healthy choice for yourself and your family. But behind this carefully curated image lies a web of marketing tricks and misleading labels that can easily fool even the most health-conscious shopper. The first clue is in the texture. Despite the wholemeal label, the bread inside is soft, fluffy, and almost indistinguishable from classic white bread. This isn't what you'd expect from a truly whole grain loaf, which should be dense, hearty, and a little bit chewy. The softness is a result of heavy processing, which strips away much of the natural fiber and nutrients found in whole grains. What you're left with is a product that looks healthy on the outside, but is little more than white bread in disguise. Authentic wholemeal bread is a world apart. It's made from whole grains that are milled with all their parts, the bran, germ, and endosperm, intact. This gives the bread a dense, satisfying texture and a rich, nutty flavor. You'll see visible flecks of grain and feel the difference with every bite. Real wholemeal bread is filling and nourishing, not engineered for mass-market softness. So how do manufacturers create this illusion of health? The answer lies in the ingredient list. Instead of just whole wheat flour, water, and salt, the basic ingredients of traditional wholemeal bread, you'll often find a long list of additives. These can include added sugar, vegetable oils, soy flour, emulsifiers, preservatives, and even vinegar. Each of these ingredients serves a purpose. Sugar and oil make the bread taste sweeter and feel softer, while preservatives extend shelf life and emulsifiers keep the texture uniform. But none of these belong in a truly wholesome loaf. Let's break it down further. Added sugar is often used to mask the blandness that comes from over-processing the flour. Vegetable oils like canola or soybean oil are added to create a soft, pillowy crumb and to keep the bread from going stale too quickly. Soy flour is sometimes used to boost protein content or improve texture, but it's not a traditional ingredient in wholemeal bread. All of these additions dilute the nutritional value of the bread and can contribute to health issues if consumed regularly. What's even more concerning is the price tag. At nearly $5 a loaf, you're paying a premium for what is essentially a cleverly marketed product. The high price suggests quality and health benefits, but the reality is that you're often getting little more than a dressed-up version of white bread. This is a classic example of health washing, using buzzwords and attractive packaging to make a product seem healthier than it really is. It's true that wholemeal bread is a step up from plain white bread, but not all wholemeal breads are created equal. Many supermarket brands use refined flour with just enough wholemeal added to meet labeling requirements. In Australia, the term wholemeal can be used even if the bread contains a significant proportion of white flour, as long as some wholemeal flour is present. This loophole allows manufacturers to market their bread as healthy, even when it's not truly whole grain. So, what can you do as a consumer? The most important step is to read the ingredient list carefully. Look for breads with the shortest, simplest ingredient lists, ideally just whole wheat flour, water, salt, and maybe yeast. Avoid products with added sugars, oils, emulsifiers, and preservatives. Don't be swayed by words like wholemeal, multigrain, or high fiber on the front of the package. These are often just marketing terms with little regulation behind them. If you want real nutrition, seek out dense, rustic, whole grain breads from artisan bakeries, or make your own at home. These loaves may not last as long on the shelf, but they're packed with natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals that your body needs. Remember, genuine wholemeal bread should be hearty, filling, and made with minimal ingredients. Don't settle for less just because the label says wholemeal. Your health and your taste buds deserve the real thing. Next time you're in the bread aisle, take a moment to look past the marketing and dig deeper. With a little knowledge and a careful eye, you can avoid the wholemeal deception and make choices that truly nourish you and your family. Tip top. The One is marketed as the ultimate white bread, promising the best of both worlds, the soft, fluffy texture that kids love, and the nutrition-conscious claims that parents crave. But beneath the shiny packaging and clever slogans lies a new breed of bread, what many nutritionists now call a Frankenstein bread. These breads are engineered in food labs, not baked in traditional kitchens. The packaging boasts hidden fiber and protein, suggesting you can have your cake and eat it too, enjoying white bread without the guilt. But what's really inside? The fiber doesn't come from wholesome whole grains, but from processed additives, isolated fibers like inulin, resistant starch or cellulose, which are extracted from plants and then mixed back in. These ingredients are chosen for their ability to boost nutrition labels, not for their natural health benefits. The protein? It's not from the wheat itself, but from soy protein isolate, a highly processed ingredient more commonly found in protein powders and supplements. Soy protein isolate is made by stripping soybeans of their natural fats and carbohydrates, leaving behind a concentrated protein powder that's far removed from its original form. It's the kind of thing you'd expect in a protein bar, not in a loaf of bread meant for your family's sandwiches. These engineered ingredients are designed to mimic the nutrition of real food, but they don't offer the same benefits as naturally occurring nutrients found in whole grains. Take a look at the ingredient list. It reads more like a chemistry set than a recipe, with over 20 different items, many of which are hard to pronounce and even harder to digest. You'll find emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, artificial flavors, and colorings, all working together to create a product that looks and feels like bread, but is far from the real thing. These additives, emulsifiers, and stabilizers can lead to digestive discomfort, bloating, and other gut issues, especially for sensitive individuals or children. Some artificial ingredients have been linked to changes in gut bacteria, increased inflammation, and even allergic reactions in certain people. And despite all these shortcuts, the price tag is still over $5, a premium cost for a product that's more about marketing than real nutrition. You're paying extra for a bread that's been engineered for shelf life, texture, and appearance, not for your health. When you buy this bread, You're essentially paying for a lab experiment, not a wholesome, nourishing staple. These Frankenstein breads are the result of food engineering, designed to last longer on shelves, resist mold, and maintain a soft texture for weeks. But this comes at the cost of real nutrition and genuine food quality. Instead of tricking your kids with a science project in disguise, introduce them to the real thing, whole grain or sourdough bread, made with simple ingredients and traditional methods. Real bread is made from flour, water, salt, and yeast or sourdough starter, nothing more. Choose real food and let your family taste the difference. Your gut, your health, and your taste buds will thank you. Wonder White is an iconic staple in many Aussie households, instantly recognizable for its soft texture and bright packaging. But beneath the familiar branding lies a product that nutritionists warn is wonderfully bad for your health. Despite the added vitamins and minerals, it remains an ultra-processed white bread, far from the wholesome image it projects. The foundation of Wonder White, like many similar breads, is refined flour. This flour is heavily processed, stripped of the bran and germ, which removes most of the natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left is a starchy base that offers little nutritional value. Sugar is the third ingredient, a huge red flag. In fact, a 2022 study by the George Institute for Global Health found that some white breads contain as much sugar per slice as a biscuit. This added sugar not only boosts palatability, but also contributes to the risk of obesity and metabolic issues. Because it's made from refined flour and loaded with sugar, Wonder White digests rapidly, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. This is often followed by a crash, leaving both kids and adults feeling tired, irritable, and unfocused. Case studies from Australian schools have linked high consumption of white bread to poor concentration and mood swings in children. To keep it shelf-stable for weeks, Wonder White relies on preservatives like calcium propionate. While these additives prevent mold, research published in the Journal of Pediatrics and Child Health has raised concerns about their potential links to behavioral issues in sensitive children and possible gut health impacts. For under $4, you're buying a product that's hyper-palatable but largely void of real nutrition. Dietitians warn that regular consumption of such breads can displace healthier options, leading to deficiencies in fiber, B vitamins, and essential minerals. Don't be distracted by the fortified claims. While Wonder White adds back some synthetic vitamins and minerals, experts like Dr. Joanna McMillan emphasize that these can't fully replace the complex nutrition found in whole grains. The verdict from nutritionists and case studies is clear. Leave Wonder White and similar ultra-processed breads on the shelf. Opt for whole grain or seeded varieties for better health, energy, and long-term well-being. When you stroll down the bread aisle, it's easy to be drawn in by the glossy packaging and words like artisan, whole grain, or premium. Brands like Helga's are masters at this, presenting their loaves as a healthy, sophisticated choice. But don't be fooled. Many of these breads are, in reality, cake in disguise. Take Helga's mixed grain loaf, for example. It can contain up to 4 grams of sugar per serving, sometimes even more than a slice of actual cake. And it's not just Helga's. Many so-called healthy breads sneak in added sugars, honey, or syrups to boost flavor and shelf life. These breads often rely on a cocktail of sweeteners, like cane sugar, glucose syrup, or even fruit juice concentrates, along with processed oils such as canola or sunflower oil. This combination creates a soft, pillowy texture that's highly addictive, making you crave more with every bite. But here's the problem. This sugar and fat combo is a disaster for your metabolism. It's engineered to hit the same pleasure centers in your brain as cake or pastries, spiking your blood sugar and then sending it crashing down. The result? You experience rapid blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that leave you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry again soon after. This cycle encourages overeating and can contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and even type 2 diabetes over time. For people with blood sugar issues or diabetes, these breads can be especially harmful, causing unpredictable spikes that are hard to manage. Even if you're healthy, regularly eating these cake breads can set you on a path toward chronic health problems. And let's talk about price. At up to $6.50 a loaf, you're mostly paying for clever marketing and fancy branding, not for real nutrition. The packaging might promise whole grains or high fiber, but the reality is often just a sugar-laden, ultra-processed product. So don't be fooled by the price tag or the packaging. If you want real health food, look for bread with minimal ingredients, whole grains, water, salt, and yeast. Most supermarket premium breads are just cake in disguise, and your body deserves better. Walk down any supermarket bread aisle, and you'll see packaging covered in earthy tones, farm imagery, and words like country, wholesome, and natural. Brands like Country Split by Tip Top are experts at selling this image of rustic health. But behind the charming branding, the reality is often very different. Take Country Split, for example. The split refers to a mix of 60% white flour and just 40% wholemeal. That means the majority of what you're eating is still refined white flour, which is stripped of most nutrients and fiber during processing. Flip the pack over, and the ingredient list tells the real story. You'll often find sugar, vegetable oils, soy flour, preservatives, emulsifiers, and sometimes even artificial colors. These additives are used to improve shelf life, texture, and taste, but they do nothing for your health. Despite the healthy claims, these breads behave much like regular white bread in your body. The high proportion of refined flour leads to rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave you hungry again soon after. The fiber content is often much lower than you'd expect from a truly whole grain loaf. Many of these breads also contain additives like calcium propionate, a preservative linked in some studies to behavioral issues in children. Other common additives can cause digestive discomfort or allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. Health claims on the front of the pack, like source of fiber, low GI, or no artificial colors, are often used to distract from the less impressive reality. This is a classic case of health washing, where marketing creates the illusion of nutrition that doesn't match the product inside. Don't be fooled by country charm or clever branding. Always check the back of the pack, not just the front. Look for short ingredient lists, with whole grains as the first ingredient, and avoid unnecessary additives. The healthiest breads are those made from 100% whole grains, with visible seeds and grains, and just a handful of ingredients. Think flour, water, salt, and yeast. If you want real nutrition, skip the illusion and choose bread that's as honest as it looks. When you walk into Coles, Woolies, or Aldi, it's hard to miss the home brand bread. Those big, bright loaves stacked high and sold for just a couple of dollars. The price is tempting, especially for families on a budget or anyone looking to save a few bucks on groceries. But what are you really getting for that low price? These loaves are the epitome of industrial food production. Made in massive factories, they're designed for maximum shelf life and minimum cost. The flour is highly refined, stripped of most nutrients and fiber, and the bread is loaded with additives to keep it soft and fresh-looking for weeks. Take a look at the ingredient list. What you'll find is a long catalog of chemicals, emulsifiers to keep the texture uniform, dough conditioners to speed up production, soy flour to bulk it out, and heavy-duty preservatives to extend shelf life. Many of these ingredients are sourced from the cheapest global suppliers, with little transparency about their origins or quality. In fact, the process is closer to chemical engineering than traditional baking. The bread is formulated in labs, not kitchens, with the goal of cutting costs and increasing profits, not nourishing your body. Nutritionally, home brand white bread is high in glycemic index, low in fiber, and packed with additives. This combination can spike your blood sugar, disrupt your gut health, and contribute to long-term health issues like diabetes and obesity. Compared to whole grain or artisan breads, the nutritional value is shockingly poor. So, is the low price really worth it? On the surface, you might save $1 or $2 per loaf, but the hidden costs add up. Poorer nutrition, potential health problems, and less satisfaction from your meals. Many consumers report that home brand bread goes stale quickly once opened or turns rubbery, leading to more waste and more frequent purchases. There are better budget-friendly carb options out there. Oats and brown rice, for example, are affordable, minimally processed, and packed with nutrients. They keep you fuller for longer and support better health outcomes. Ultimately, don't trade your health for a cheap loaf. take a closer look at what's in your bread and consider investing in better quality or alternative staples. Your body and your wallet in the long run will thank you. The bread industry has transformed what was once a simple, wholesome staple into an ultra-processed product packed with additives, preservatives, and hidden sugars. Today, most supermarket breads are a far cry from the nourishing loaves our ancestors enjoyed. This isn't the bread our grandparents ate. Back then, bread was made with just a handful of ingredients: flour, water, salt, and sometimes a natural starter. Now, many commercial breads contain a laundry list of chemicals and fillers that can harm our health over time. Research shows that regularly eating processed bread is linked to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even digestive issues. These risks are largely due to refined flours, added sugars, and unhealthy oils that spike blood sugar and promote inflammation. But here's the good news: you have the power to make better choices. Start by reading ingredient labels carefully. Don't be fooled by marketing terms like multigrain or whole wheat. Always check what's actually inside. Look for bread with 5 or fewer ingredients. The best breads list whole grain or wholemeal flour as the first ingredient, followed by water, salt, and a natural leavening agent like yeast or sourdough starter. Avoid breads with added sugars, vegetable oils, emulsifiers, or preservatives. Experts recommend choosing real sourdough or dense whole grain loaves. Sourdough, in particular, is easier to digest and has a lower glycemic index thanks to its natural fermentation process. Dense whole grain breads are packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals that support long-term health. When shopping, look for loaves that feel heavy for their size. This usually means they're less processed and more nutrient-dense. Avoid breads that are soft, fluffy, and last for weeks on the shelf, as these are often loaded with preservatives. To sum up, choose bread with minimal, recognizable ingredients, prioritize whole grains and sourdough, and steer clear of added sugars and preservatives. Your daily bread can be a source of nourishment, not harm. Prioritize your health. Share this video with friends and family, and subscribe for more expert tips.